Everyone, this is Anastasia from Phoenix Nightingale, A Healing Revolution. Today I'll be doing the video talking about the solar plexus chakra specifically. So, we're moving on up the body as in the past videos. The solar plexus resides here right in the middle where the diaphragm is, coming in front to back. Okay, it is yellow in color and it has everything to do with our relationship with ourselves. Our personal power, whether we have power, whether we don't, whether we give our power away, whether we feel that we have the ability to deserve things, like kind of stemming up from that sacral chakra in our last video, not just deserving things, but here's the thing about somebody who doesn't have personal power. If they don't have personal power, then they're not going to be able to receive value for a service that they provide, right? So in a professional situation, if you're somebody who really thinks you deserve to make more money, and you just do all this stuff and it's not really happening, there's a really good chance that you're someone who is in a servant archetype relative to the solar plexus chakra. The servant is somebody who just feels like, you know, they have something to offer, but they make sure that they have to do a lot to offer that to another person, whether it's in a relationship or job, professionally, you know, personally, whatever. And then in turn, they're like, oh no, that's okay, I don't want anything for it. So you're not paid enough money, you don't get the love that you want, you just become this person who gives way too much of themselves. The solar plexus is right in the middle of the ribs here, like I said, and it's yellow in color and it has everything to do with our digestive system. So it's the element of fire. So again, the root chakra was earth, the sacral chakra was water, this solar plexus is fire. So if we realize that we have this aspect of ourselves that is truly powerful and meant to shine, right? That saying, shine your light. And it's like, oh, that's great. I found out I have a light, I want to shine it. And then everybody around you, again, relative to my last video and the codependency, is like, well, wait a second, we don't want you to shine your light because then you can't actually be the servant for us. And we're really used to that in our archetype that we're living in. So, you know, it has to do with our digestive system. So your stomach, your pancreas, your liver, all of those things. Like, how do we break it down? How do we assimilate things? And I think I actually mentioned this in the root chakra video where, you know, the stomach is where all the food goes, right? The stomach starts to digest the food and it goes down into the intestines and so on and so forth. And energetically, every day we get things that are mental, emotional, and spiritual and physical things to assimilate. How are we capable or able to break those things down? Without personal power, you cannot take those things and say, well, this is my identity, this is my relationship with myself, and then ultimately not to promote comparing yourselves to others or anything in that way, but you've got to know who you are authentically so then you can, through observation and discernment, see what the situation is. Okay? There's a difference between knowing that you're connected to others, observing the situation, what you're in, and then making decisions about what you think about them, rather than say, oh, well, now I'm comparing myself to others, which is what our society promotes, and that I'm not good enough, they're better than me, you know, for a variety of different reasons. So when we say we feel it in our gut, it is. If you're connected to your solar plexus and your personal power, there's going to be things in your gut that will tell you really important things if you listen to it. People that don't listen to their self talking to them, and it's not their higher self, it's an aspect of self here. If you don't listen to yourself because you're too busy giving away your power to everyone, then you're going to develop issues. Autoimmune disorders relate to this chakra not being powerful. Okay? This is about us realizing that each one of us on this planet Earth is a treasure that has every right to share its light and shine it beautifully, sharing it with others. Not even overpowering to others, right? So, oh, let me get into this ego thing with you where I will then overpower you since I feel disempowered, okay? Because that's also not a good idea. So, when we have addictions, that would be the other thing, because the carbohydrates are what really drive the solar plexus, this fire. And if you like alcohol or sugar or those kinds of things, even caffeine, look, I love my coffee. But if you're using it like as something to fortify yourself, there's just a feel to it, okay? There's a feel to it when you're enjoying things in that sacral chakra and say, oh, I'd love to go out to dinner and have this glass of wine and this beautiful dessert. And there's a whole nother case scenario when you're sitting there, consuming a ton of sugar, alcohol, or other substances, because that's an indication of a really malfunctioning solar plexus chakra. So if we do not do empowering exercises for ourselves, or at least understand what's happening, then not only does this chakra suffer, but the lower two chakras suffer. And the coolest thing about it is, if you start to understand who you are authentically, which is why we have an entire program to help us women find out who they are authentically, then you can start working with this. And when you really empower yourself, then the lower two chakras benefit. So it's really, really cool. And I'll just put this in now, it's appropriate. So the lower three chakras are how we relate to the world. Okay, so who am I in the world? My tribe, am I safe? Do I deserve to be here? How do I relate to the world? Do I have healthy boundaries? And then going up to the solar plexus, can I actually relate to myself? And when somebody doesn't know who they are, then it's very easy for other people to take advantage of their gifts that they really desperately want to share without actually honoring them, which never feels good. As we get up into the other chakras, we'll discuss probably this a little bit more, but hopefully that this is enough information for you to get an understanding of what that solar plexus is for you and how you can connect with it, start to develop it. As in the past, our next video, please go to the next video and watch it. It'll be a angelic message from Cindy Berkowitz relative to your solar plexus chakra, so you can get some insight on that. Please subscribe to our channel so that we can share with you our information whenever we put it out there, and like this video. And we certainly appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.